Hey everybody! Welcome back to my Mario Odyssey Let's Play. Last time, Mario just got knocked off Bowser's airship, and Peach has been taken away to be married. And then we ended up in the Cap Kingdom, and now we're in the Sand Kingdom. Oh, we also mentioned the Cascade Kingdom too. That felt way more complicated than it probably should have been, but oh well. Anyways, we're also collecting these things to power up the Odyssey to go from kingdom to kingdom and chase Bowser in his airship. All right, I should probably talk to the locals here. You can open the map with minus, so easy and helpful. I'm not gonna do a Mexican accent. I can't do a Mexican accent. All right, Kingdom Pros, when that strange couple got here, why did they do this? You mean why did he do this? But again, he doesn't really know that. Come on, taxi, you've been waiting forever. Don't worry, the castle will be there. Welcome to the shop. Alright, so this is the first encounter with the Crazy Cap stores. Crazy Cap is basically this game's currency. Yeah, this is the first 3D Mario game to have like a currency, I think. Actually, no, wait, Mario Galaxy had like the star bits, but this one has its own shops. Hey! You said 2 kinds of coins. Regular coins and purple coins, essentially. You can only use yellow coins anywhere, but purple coins, only right here. Alright, so this is another little thing here. You can buy outfits, you can buy shorts. Yeah, you probably have to pay $1,000 to remove your shirt. Anyway. Or you could buy power moons, which is what I'm going to do right now because, you know, power moons. They're nice. Also, dog. Anyways. So, okay. Fun fact about this kingdom, this was apparently the very first one. Oh, not apparently. This was the first one revealed as part of the Switch reveal trailer. The footage on the screen, the footage is on the screen right now. Also, Cappy just asked where we can plant the seed here. And the answer is right in front of us. Why did you miss this, Cappy? There's a pot right there. Where else do you think you would plant this? Oh. Are you asking like which pot did you plant? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, that will grow in a few minutes in real time. So just read that there. All right, you're probably not gonna be able to actually sense this. So let's just see what I have to say about this. There's a prize in this party room, but to find it, you have to feel it. Walk around, feel the rumble. Let it move you to the prize. So. Obviously, you can't really see it right now, but my Joy-Cons are kind of rumbling as I go around this room. And then we go to here, rumbles the most. So, naturally, for ground pound, there's the Power Moon. In the Nintendo Switch Lite version of this game, which, by the way, the Nintendo Switch Lite was this weird version of the Nintendo Switch where the Joy-Cons couldn't detach from the actual Switch console. It was mostly made for portable gameplay, as opposed to console gameplay. Anyways, in that version of the game, that room shaked, like actually visibly shaked, when you got near the prize, just to make that puzzle actually, you know, playable. Instead of basically it being locked to this version in the game. Anyways. Talk to this guy and we get on to the main ruins section. So the craziest couple come reaching past the way to the ruins. I figured this out that way. Also, as I previously mentioned, this is the place that was in the Mario movie and in the Mario Galaxy movie. Look! Bowser's footprints! As you might see, so that'll become a feature throughout the entire game, which will. Isn't very useful, but it's nice detail, I guess, anyway. It also kind of implies that Bowser walked his way to these locations instead of just, you know, taking his airship, which is weird. Anyways, You can capture this thing, and you can now look around. And that's where we're supposed to go, right up that tower right there. Anything else? There's where we'll be going for our second power room here. There's the inverted pyramid where Yoshi was in the Galaxy movie, and where, I mean, this game came out first, but whatever. Yeah. We'll be using this a lot, by the way, later on, because by using that and checking out certain areas, we can actually gain power moons. Okay, get up here. You're supposed to take another method through here, so I'm just gonna go this way and do the like, you're supposed. Oh, whoa, we're sinking! Jump, jump! No, we're not sinking right now, Cappy. Anyways, quicksand, you sink into it. Also, you're supposed to get here through that way over there, but, you know, I'm too fancy for that, so, yeah, we do that. And you can also capture bills. Take note of that ability, by the way. It will become very useful later. Like, a lot of this stuff will become useful later, because a lot of stuff in the Sand Kingdom isn't really exclusive to the Sand Kingdom. I mean, like, not most of the stuff, but just a healthy plethora of stuff. As far as I remember, at least. I haven't really been playing. Of course, I haven't played this game in quite a while. One thing I do remember, though, is that there's these things. They're little sand geysers. Fire you up, as you saw there. Like, this was the thing that's shown in the room. Actually, no, this. I think this around this area here was the bit shown in the reveal trailer. Like, could be wrong though. Take these coins here. Okay. Oops. The good thing about that is you can just kind of, you know, take that way upwards. You can, of course, skip this section, which I'm going to show off to you after I actually show you the section. Here's a recreation. This is basically a recreation of 1-1, or at least the first bit of 1-1. Then they kind of just trail off on into its own thing. I'm assuming the designers just want to be clever and stuff. Anyways, you can, of course, skip this section by doing a fancy move like this. If you're wondering how I did that, by the way, I simply did, I'm not sure where the game teaches you this, like, personally, so I'll find that out later. But, what I did there was basically I just throw my cap and then hold the cap button. Okay. I throw my cap there. Wait, maybe I should wait here. I throw my cap, and then I dive. But as I'm diving, I hold the dive button, which is also the cap throw button, which is what makes me do this. That pretty much forms the basis of most complex advanced maneuvers in this game. Which is honestly, since Ceave Gaming's video, I watched Ceave Gaming's video, that kind of convinced me that this was, I really like this feature. Probably one of the best parts of this in the whole game, actually, if I reflect on it and not go by other people's opinions. This is like genuinely one of the best parts of the entire game, the way you're able to kind of chain maneuvers together. And now I might link that video down below, but I could be, of course, I could easily just forget, like I've been doing for like a lot of these Let's Plays, and just not do it. But this time would be different, I think, maybe. And you get a checkpoint here, and you get a power moon. I said you get a power moon. There you go, finally. Alright, then the power moon just spawned these platforms here. And now we get introduced to yet another gimmick. Well, actually two gimmicks, actually. there. First of all, you throw your cap at these things, and it does that. Second of all, these forgot their names, but you throw your cap at them. Oh, you throw Cappy at them, and they do that wave thing. Anyways, almost fell into that pit right there, but that helped. In fact, I could just, like, you know, skip this section entirely. Just, you got the basic gist of the section anyway. Alright, now onto the main gimmick. Moon shards. So, you collect each of these shards in this specific area, and you gain 1 power moon. Ew! It's a piece of a power moon! I just noticed that, Cappy. We're following the traditional, the traditional pathway of Mario companions being the typical Captain Obviouses. Anyways, Moai here, he has these fancy shades. Actually, not that fancy. They're more like the ones you wear at the beach or something. You put them on, and now you can see hidden platforms. Not that the hidden platforms disappear once you take off your shades, but like they don't disappear completely, like they're not there, but they disappear from sight. Now, if only your if only sunglasses in general did that. Well, first of all, you have to get invisible platforms to actually see with these shades, so like, you know, at that point, it's like, I mean, if you don't have the invisible platforms, then what use is the shades that allow you to see the invisible platforms? Also, you may have noticed that a lot of stuff is, like, frozen in these icicles right there. Later on, they'll become usable again. Also, there was footprints, steps. Where was he headed? Okay, was Bowser actually, like, doing this whole thing on foot? You know you have an airship, right? I guess he kind of forgot that some way, somehow. So he's just doing the whole thing on foot. All right, okay. What's that Bowser creep doing here? Well, I don't know. Maybe he was trying to find that ring you mentioned last episode. It was called a ring, right? Anyways, that moon opened up this door right here. Mind you, I'm speaking like a... Mind you, you can get to that place, like, without the moon anyway, but you need to do some kind of glitch. Well, I mean, some kind of glitch. I've managed to actually accomplish that glitch before. But, of course, we're not going to do that here because we're keeping this whole thing glitchless. We're saving the glitches for another time. Anyway, there's where the showdown in the inverted pyramid is, where we're face not Bowser. We're not going to face Bowser again until, like... Oh, yeah, not again until, like, way later. Anyways, I might as well just go up to the pyramid by rolling. Which you can do by crouching and either shaking the Joy-Con or pressing the dash cap button. Also, some foreshadowing. A multi-moon that we can't get to. And if you ground pound here, that happens. And if you ground pound more, that happens. Again, more foreshadowing for what's about to happen later on. Oh, might as well talk to this guy. I saw a weird couple going to the pyramid. I think they're going to see our celebrated binding band. I'm not just gonna see it. Anyways. Alright, so the bullet bill mechanic becomes useful there. I mean, you, of course, can get to that. Like, a lot of this stuff, I'm doing it the intended way, but you can do it without doing the intended way. Unless with glitches or advanced maneuvers. Cool anti-gravity section right there. It's very reminiscent of Galaxy. And an upside down portion. And if we go over to here, you can find a bunch of coins and a power moon. What's cool about this is that the game pretty much rewards you for doing stuff completely against common sense. I'm going to show you another example later that's probably the most infamous example of this. But it's there the entire time. Well, the entire time in this game. Anyways, again, that's totally clearable on your own, but I'm going to do it the normal way. And by the normal way, I mean go first death of the run, or the playthrough, whatever. Oh well. All you do for losing, for dying, by the way, is just lose 10 coins. Death isn't that big of a deal, except of course when you're in darker side later on. But you know, which is pretty much like a post-game area anyway. You know, we do it the normal way. Oh no, we bonked through that wall. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Anyways, we follow this section here, and where you expect that to crush us, that doesn't crush us. You get into this room, treasure chest, power moon. See what I mean here? These areas where you normally would expect to die, you end up going in them and you find a power moon. Also, you can recapture these torches to get coins. It's not that useful. It's like 1 coin each. Also, what's pretty cool here is that the bullet blows are coming from the 2D section. Okay, clear the... Wait, maybe I can do a sick little thing here. Aww. I was trying to make all the cactuses bounce off of each other and form a really perfect thing, but I guess that isn't possible. Also, funny little detail: if you hit a cactus, Mario's nose will be full of needles, which is kind of funny. All right, get another health heart before the boss. And of course, Bowser's airship just left. Looking for the Binding Man, chumps. Too bad. The boss has it now, and you guys ain't invited to the wedding. That wasn't my worst attempt. Anyways, Harriet. I know her name. Okay, wrong direction. Okay. I just might as well just show you both of the options here. So you can either damage her by doing that, or we can use some other way. And for this attack, you can either wait for her to stop doing that, not doing the UFO thing, or you can do this. Alright, now I'm going to show you. So, how I'm assuming you're supposed to do this fight here, is you're supposed to wait here while these bombs somehow make lava. I don't know what that is. Then she does this big bomb here, which you hit your cap very easily, and that accomplishes the same effect. I'm not sure how these bombs. I guess these bombs have lava in them. That explains it very well. And as you just saw there, you can wait for her to do that, but if you wait for her, then the room just becomes full of lava. And Harriet, you're down. And then you explode. Don't worry, she'll return. And now we got our second multi-moon. Alright. And when we get back to the mainland, we'll notice a drastic change. As you can now tell, it's nighttime, which apparently means that animation took like 10 hours or so, which is probably not ideal, but oh well, it's nighttime now. That Bruto slowed us down a bit, but we're still racking up power moons. How odd. The pyramid is floating? And it's gotten so much colder. Is that more of that Bowser's doing? Oh, I say, he does make trouble, doesn't he? Okay, maybe he's a bit more British than I once thought. Anyway, now that's just freak out. And now there's mummies everywhere, which is, not exactly what you'd want. This is terrible! It's gotten so much colder! Now that the pyramid is floating in the air, freezing winds are blasting out the huge pit where it was. Oh, that's why it got colder. There's winds. How does that explain the mummies? Do the mummies just come out? Is that like some kind of like weird prophecy thing where like if the pyramid starts floating, the mummies will start coming out and doing stuff? I don't know. Anyway, what's cool about this section is that there's now unique music, which will even play during the 2D sections. But we're not going to hear the new music. Or actually, we are going to hear the music. We're hearing it right now. And I'm going back right now because I just realized I can get there way faster. Through Jaxie. Okay. How you doing? I'm what you call a Jaxie. You want to ride? It'll be 30 coins. What do you say? I mean, I have way more to spare. So, what you doing? Some sightseeing? Gotta check out the inverted pyramid. Wait, you gotta check out the inverted pyramid. George or snap, be break, seal, dismount. You'll check out as soon as I'll check out as soon as they're strapped in, but watch out yourself. Go quick. Anyways. I think this is modeled after like ancient Aztec Inca inscriptions. Anyways, get on Jaxie, and you're off. You know the B button to brake, which will slow him down, but only for a limited amount of time because eventually he'll just start going off again. Also, you can see Jaxie takes out most of the enemies here, so like very useful. Anyway, might as well talk to this guy. I think there's something down here, but I'm not brave enough to jump in. Alright then, I'll jump in. A long jump in. Ho 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 ho. And now we're in the underground temple. As you can probably tell by the text there. I'm being basically much of a Captain Obvious as Cappy is. Except, actually there's no exceptions, I'm just big old Captain Obvious. I think I'm mostly just trying to think of stuff to say while I'm just playing around here. Anyways, big old Goomba stack. This is the first time you're actually able to capture Goombas. The Sand Kingdom is the first time these kind of Goombas actually appear. And, as Cappy will mention, there's something else about them. That's pretty cool. Hey, these feet don't slip on the ice! Yeah, as you said there, you don't slip when you're a Goomba, so... Which kind of does, like, match up with, like, how they work in the 2D Mario games and the 3D ones and stuff. Where only Mario seems to slip on the ice. Which is weird because it means that the ice is, like, has a weird physics that only humans slip on them, and not other organisms. Anyways, now the enemies, by the way, will start wearing caps and hats. I think that's another thing that they introduced in Sand Kingdom. Some enemies, oh come on, that was a rookie mistake right there. Anyways, some enemies will wear hats and caps, so you have to kind of throw the cap off before you can throw your own cap on and capture him. Okay, don't make that mistake again. Okay. And now we get a bunch of coins. And I follow this little thin pathway over here. Okay, Don't slip off, man. You don't have to do that in order to get here, but I don't think you do. Anyway, Power Moon. Nice. Alright, anything else in this area I want to show off? Guess I probably won't be back. I'll probably be back here, like, for the post game, but whatever. That's. All right. Okay. This is the area I want to show off something. So, of course, you're supposed to go up there and do stuff there, but if you go up these pillars right here, which I'm going to do by using the cap dive technique. Okay, wait a minute. Actually, wait, scratch that. That might not actually be the... Wait, here. What's cool about these pillars is they actually have coins on them. Anyway, was this the area that had that little thing? Also, the Joy-Con rumble is when you start to shiver. Yeah, detail. Okay, it was probably something back there, but whatever. Look ahead, man. Don't look to the past. There was something in the deepest underground where if you went up to like a specific section, you get a bunch of coins. Anyways, so this god. Hey, remember that little stone thing from earlier? Where Ring go? Yeah, this is him. You take Ring. Alright, so now the gimmick of this boss fight, you have to... Okay, he punches on the ground, and you basically have to make it so that he punches into these ice things right there. Come on, punch into the ice. There, like that. Now you capture the hand, and you take control of it like a bullet bill. That'll teach you. And now he'll just ram your fists into you, as if that'll work. Okay, why did I taunt? Why did I say that? Naturally. Maybe now he'll do this. I'm going to get a life heart from this. Okay, never mind. I'll get that life heart later. Nice! Okay, quick with the heart before he does the thing again. Anyway, he's not gonna get me this time. Ha ha! And now he's happy and he knows, so we will clap his hands. Oh, sorry, he's happy and he knows it, so he's clapping his hands. I gotta get my words out properly. Anyways, do that one more time, and we're done with this boss fight. Okay, there you go. That third phase is always pretty tough to actually nail down. And we just killed him. Or destroyed him, whatever. Then again, we kind of have to in order to get the multi-moon and actually get out of here, so, like... some sympathy, I guess. Maybe. Alright, now it's day again, which means another 14 hours passed. Again, not so efficient, but... Hey. Ew, it's not so hot now. But I do suppose that's what we're trying to accomplish. I thought we were trying to get the power moons, but whatever. If you give up the space, we'll catch that Bowser in no time. Do we have enough power moons to reach the next kingdom? You want to check? Put me on in the globe. And now we'll actually check the globe. Also, I like how the sail turns the color of the power moons. Anyways, that was enough. Way more than enough, actually. And now we can go off to the next kingdom. And now for another thing that will become a very, very much a recording thing later. Uh-oh, we hear the proverbial fork in the road. Which kingdom do you think Bowser went to? Well, whatever you choose, Bowser will be there. So, for the sake of, I don't know, just because, I'm just going to choose Lake Kingdom for now. Lake Kingdom, a splendid idea. Why am I saying for now? You can't reverse this decision. Anyways, I might as well show off these other two guys here. Here's, wait, splendid. You can go with the next thing now. Okay. Anyway, whatever. Hi, Mario. To help out Princess Peach, I'm doing a survey of Power Moon locations. Have trouble finding Power Moons? I can help you out for 50 coins. Want to buy a hint? Yeah. Thanks, I'm already map with a minus, so take a look. Now, if you go right there, you find a Power Moon. You won't be hit into immediately, but whatever. And here's Uncle Amiibo, which I'll showcase off. Probably as the first post-game episode. Anyways, now everyone's happy, and now there's music. And now the flower is blooming. That has nothing to do with the current state of the kingdom, by the way. It just the right amount of time just having to pass. And now we can. Okay, first of all, try to crouch. If you see something interesting in the road, reach and see what you will get to the normal. You press C out to crouch. You can also walk that way. If you want to, you can crouch. This is a pretty nice little secret right here. If you go this way and crouch down here, you'll end up back at the shop on the opposite side, of course. You're the employees only moon. Now I talk to these guys. Come on. Talk to the guy. Hey, you still the teeth on me. Want to shop? She's the front door, please. What about this guy? Hey, okay, you just say the exact same thing. Okay. Anyway, we enter out that door and you crouch out. I think how did they get in there anyway? They have to crouch through. Then again, they seem a bit shorter than Mario. Actually, no, they're the exact same size as Mario. Anyways, basically, I just went in here to buy the sombrero and poncho. Unfortunately, I don't have enough purple coins to buy the cowboy outfit. So, and not enough to buy the stuff right here. So, oh well. And now we have a new outfit. So I can show off something that I kind of hinted out last episode. If you see these little closets everywhere, you can press A, and now you can change your outfit. So now you can wear a captain's outfit with the poncho, or your regular cap with your regular clothes, or your sombrero with your regular clothes, or your captain's hat with your sombrero, whatever. Anyway, we're keeping the hat and the poncho. I kind of hope they bring this feature back in some other game, but then again, this game mostly focuses on you going to other different kingdoms, so it'd be pretty difficult to actually implement this in other games that don't really focus on the specific locales. Oh yeah, this guy, Glidon. I know for a bunch of glitches, but for now, I'm shouting on the word from the highest places. This ball looks pretty good for a bad guy. Oh boy, that was okay. Anyways, he's not just an NPC. You can actually control him and glide everywhere. So we can get that power moon right there. Alright. If you keep on to a high place, we can fly again. I kind of guessed that for the first side, but whatever. Okay, might as well just fly over to that Sphinx right there. Just to show you how he's like. I might go in the whirlpool during the post-game Sand Kingdom sections. Anyways, Sphinx thing. Greetings, traveler, and to your hat as well. How do you know my hat's alive? Can you... Then again, how does the statue talk? Can you answer my riddle? What does the thieving monster desire from this land? Well, as has been pounded into our heads a bunch of times, he wants a ring. You are correct. Perhaps it was much of a riddle. Anywho, proceed. Yeah, that wasn't really much of a riddle. It was more like a quiz. Anyways, now we're in the gold room with a bunch of coins and a chest. And a bunch of other stuff. And a power moon. Can you talk to him more? Like, hold on, I'm gonna try it. Have you not been asked enough questions yet? Okay. I was wondering if this was specific to the post game, that you can like talk to him multiple times, but maybe not. The one who gallops across the sand. How many coins are required to get on its back? Like 1 billion. 30 coins. Yes, correct. You are a formidable one. Talk to him again. If you require questions, I have another. See if you can answer a third time. The foreign visitor traveling by car. What stopped by his journey? Oh, good question. We haven't actually seen him yet. The moon. Okay. Oh, this answer is incompatible with the reality as I understand it. Maybe it's true. Those few bounds. Anyways, how about we find out the answer together, shall we? Because I think I might know how you're supposed to get it. I mean, I do know. Somehow this guy is driving his taxi all the way to the desert. A taxi, pull me up, finally, take me to the Retro Kingdom. Sorry about the holdup, I have some car trouble you would not believe. Give me for the Metro Kingdom yet, though. I promise I'll get you there. Just decides the everything. So, yeah, the Metro Kingdom will, of course, show up later. I mean, I think about why would you, most cases, why would you mention a location and then just not show the location? You know, like, it's like conservation of detail, I think it's called. Like, if you actually mention a location by name, you should probably show that location off. Maybe not you should, but you probably are going to. Anyways, enough of my ramblings. Let's talk to the Sphinx again and actually decipher its riddle. Okay, I have to answer that one again. Okay. Yada yada. Okay, sand. Okay, he didn't actually tell me what stopped him, right? I don't think he did. Ice. Okay, that's good. Okay, nice. No, 3 questions. Okay, answer me again. Oh, I have been saying this one. Answer me this. Talk to the pyramid. How many statues of the sand gallopers are there? 8, I think. Oh, okay. Okay. Guy's being snorky with me. Anyways, okay. Pyramid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 6. As far as I remember, there's 1 statue per corner, so 6. Okay, never mind. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait a minute. I can just keep guessing until we got the right answer. Anyway, 5. 5. That's correct. But did you really know that? There were 6, but 1 is gone. 5. Did you guess? Yes, you're a guesser. But I got the question right. Okay, honestly, I did guess. There were 6 corners of that pyramid, therefore there were 6 statues, but apparently one of them is missing. Also notice his name is question mark. Persistent, very well. It's time for the real test, and this will be a final question, and no guessing. What's my name? It's obviously Quiz Kitty, or Mr. Question Face. Anyway, Sphinx. What? How? I am without speech. Here, take this and get out of my sight. Alright, okay, nice. Speaking of, to close out this video, I might as well go up to that pyramid myself. Actually, wait, in order to close the video, I'm going to do something else, but first, the pyramid. And luckily, you can get to it very quickly by just doing this. Anyway, my voice is kind of gravelly now. Okay, first of all, there's a power moon right here. Also, a lot of stuff here in the game will be done through that method by spinning your cap on that pole right there. Anyways, is that your stale? Okay, okay. Okay, there's a little bump right there, but I'm not gonna go for that one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can probably see, indeed, one is missing. But I think we can get to that missing one really quickly now. Why is there a bump here? Anyways, call for the Jaxie here. We're gonna call for Jaxie. It's funny how they put I think they purposely put him right there because you can do this with him. Go up here, and then you can do this. I know this place. My days of standing around here are done. So, apparently Jaxie is just one of the statues who just came to life somehow. Anyway, so you can do this off the pyramid, which is pretty cool. And now I can show you another feature of this game. Remember Mario 64 where there's a bunch of paintings in Peach's castle and you go into them and you access different worlds? Well, the same feature pretty much returns in this game, except instead of jumping into them like that, you actually have to do that and then press enter and through the painting you go. Get some nice close-up looks at Mario right there as he goes through the painting. And now we're in Metro Kingdom. And we get a moon. Is this a different kingdom? Where are we? Let's see. Now, another little trivia fact that has to do with glitches. There's a very specific two-player glitch you can do here by means of going here, using two-player Cappy, going down the pit here, and then calling him back at the perfect timing. You can actually teleport him up to the mainland and thus trigger either the checkpoint or the binoculars and thus get to Metro Kingdom way, way earlier than you're supposed to. But not only I'm not going to do this glitch here because I, of course, want to keep this thing glitchless, but I have so far not been able to do the glitch, like, ever. So, let's go back to Sand Kingdom and get to Metro Kingdom later. And now, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. Anything else? Just gonna take my looks around the kingdom while oh wait, there's the Oasis here, but you know what? I gotta say some things for the post game, so I'll save it for the post game. All right, see you guys next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Mario Odyssey content and more content in general. Hope to see you next time. Bye.